This week we have two discussions, and the first one is going to be about knowledge versus skills in the information age. This is going to be a nice debate where we consider whether it's still useful to teach knowledge or whether we should be transitioning to teaching skills, or whether we should teach both, and what contexts are necessary for us to teach one or the other or both, and so on. And so you're going to have, as usual, an initial message due by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, and then a response which is due by Sunday, same time. And so I have there the questions that I would very much like to address in your post. Remember that the purpose of these questions is to focus the conversation, so you want to address those in your post, and those are what basically determine that you are posting a complete message that includes all the information that is required. And also, when you use citations from the course readings, you basically support what you're trying to say. Your recommendations, your suggestions, your ideas are well supported by literature that we get in this course. So then the next conversation is going to be about absorb and do activities, and this is yet another opportunity for you to think about how to apply this into your own projects. And so in your initial message, notice that I again go back and ask you to enter the topic and the objective. This is as a refresher for us, but also it is to help you keep track of what you're doing. In this type of project, it's easy to forget what we said initially we were doing, and then we lose alignment from the very beginning where we set the objectives and to the point where we get to observe and do activities. We may lose alignment, and we don't want to do that. So pardon the repetition, but it's good in those two purposes, to help you keep track of what you're doing and to help us frame the conversation and try to determine whether you're actually making good decisions in terms of the types of activities when it comes to the kinds of objectives you've included. So then for each of those, you're going to briefly describe an absorb and a do activity. And for this, really be concise. We don't need all the full-fledged activity with all the information you would give the students, but just give us enough information that we will be able to ascertain whether there's good alignment between your activities and the type of objective that you've set up to target. So be descriptive, but be concise. That's the idea here. And then we have the response, and so you are actually required to provide two responses to two of your classmates. So feedback to two classmates. As usual, try to choose classmates that do not have any feedback at the time you enter, and use those in-text citations to support your recommendations, and focused on how appropriate are their observe and do activities when you consider the objectives that are listed there. So two responses due by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, the deadlines for the first message, that's going to be Wednesday, January the 28th. That's a Wednesday. Replies in each forum, it's going to be Sunday, February the 1st. This week we're going to be saying goodbye to January, and all your responses are due by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.